We are. Welcome, dear soul sisters, dear visionary woman, dear creator. You are here because you are here to create. The title of this masterclass is already saying so much because you are here to create and to finally break free from that procrastination, from the fear of failure, and to write your book or course outline in the next 30 minutes. I mean, the whole workshop altogether is going to be around 40 minutes. And we will have a inspired writing session right at the end so that you are going to leave this workshop with your book or course outline, which means that you know exactly what it is that you're here to write. You are already getting a head start so that you will also be activating that beautiful creator that is inside of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me, for hearing the call, because it's very, very essential that you feel supported in bringing your soul work out into the world and to say yes to it. Because once you say yes, then there is another energy joining the room, coming into the space, and I want you to experience that today. I call it the soul flow activation method. And you're going to experience it and you are going to meet your creative genius. Like I said, it needs your yes. So for showing up here means already that you are ready, that you want to write this book that has been in your head for months or maybe even years, swirling around all these ideas, and you know that you are here to create it. But you've been on the fence. You've been in the maybe life has just been too busy and you tell yourself that you need like to be tucked away in a forest to be able to write your book and to focus on it. But I am here to say that you can write your book even if you have only 1 or 2 hours a day, or maybe 5 hours a week, 6 hours a week. It is doable within 6 weeks even. I've written two books so far. My name is Nanda. For those who don't know me, I'm a soul purpose coach and a inspired writer, which means that I have written my own book, my like biography of how I awakened through a travel journey to Peru in 2012, which was amazing. And then in 2021, I wrote another book, and it was a channeled one, and it is called The Universe Has a Plan for You, which is super aligned with the work that I do. And it is also the work that I am now here to give to you because this book was written with a method. I was just a channel. I had my outline, and from there, everything flowed. It was a beautiful, beautiful experience. And until this day, I'm still surprised of what these pages contain. There's so much wisdom, there's so much energy, there's so much new knowledge that the world needed in those pages. And I know that your book is also not just about your story, it is about transmitting the energy that this world now needs and is ready for. So I know I'm riffing already because I'm so excited for what this next chapter of our life, of the world, is looking like once creative geniuses join hands with visionary women like you, and that you are going to bring out your purpose projects, the gift that you have, and the knowledge that can only flow through you, or knowledge, not only knowledge, but just the words that flow through you is gonna find the hearts of people that need it in this time. So I'm super excited for what's ahead. I'm already riffing, but I have a plan. Don't worry, I have a plan. I have a three-step plan. So yeah, let me first welcome you, and which means that we are going to tap in a little bit And you can place your hands on your heart or open them on your chest, on your lap, and breathe in and allow yourself to land here in this moment. Another deep breath into your nose and out through your mouth. Letting your sitting bones relax. Drop your shoulders, relax your jaw. And another beautiful deep inhale through your nose. Hold it for a few seconds so that the mind becomes still. And with the exhale, blow all the extra distractions out, tension that you might feel in your body, so that you can really be present here and now. For this, I always use the Om Namo Gurudev Namo mantra. So I'm going to do that here as well. You can join me or just listen. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Now just feel for a moment what these words mean. You're awakening the spiritual guidance and the spiritual guide that is you. We're acknowledging the light within and without. I call upon the guides of the highest truth and compassion to guide this beautiful workshop, this journey for these beautiful women here present. I ask for your guidance and support to bring clarity and to activate the creator within, to connect to our creative genius, to our beautiful soul projects, and to bring it all together into one beautiful, supercharged outline. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Breathe in and out. Yes. Okay, we are guided. Mm, so, yes. So, like I said, we are here to create. What does that mean? What is holding you? Why haven't you created yet that beautiful project that has been with you for a long, long time? A lot of the times it's just our mind telling us things that either are not true or we are making the mountain so big that we don't even dare to take the first step. And that way we will never reach the top. That in a short short recap of what's happening. But most of the times we are talking ourselves out of it because it feels too big. Or we are seeing all these bears that include the project, like, oh my God, I have to have an editor, or I have to um, make a cover, or I have some tech issues that I don't want to get into, and we just don't write it. For me, how I write my book is with a pen and paper. It's the old-fashioned way because this way it's just flow. It's just flow. It's just flow. And then once I put it in the computer, it's just like, yeah, just putting it in there. But I do recognize that once you are typing it, it's a different feeling. So I want to suggest that this outline, this workshop, that you will do with pen and paper and that you have that ready, of course. And but yeah, what are the reasons that you didn't write your book yet? Like sometimes you start and then at one point you feel stuck and the overthinking starts and then you start to edit it and then you say like, no, 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 this part needs to go there. Oh no, I think this needs to be in another chapter. and then you lose track, and then you lose the flow, and you lose the joy in the project, and you just let it sit there. Maybe you recognize this, or you're already overthinking the idea, like just the idea that you have like a gazillion ideas of how this book should look like, but they all come from here, and they have not had this click moment. You haven't had that moment of like, oh yeah, this is it. And then you start to like compare it to what other people are doing, or maybe you've even like been reading all of the stuff that is already out there on your topic, and you're like, I don't have anything to add. And then like put yourself on the back burner, and you are not motivated to write anymore. Or you are in the what they call the writer's block. So you say, okay, I'm gonna do it. And then you stare at the blank screen or at that blank page, and you're just like, uh, yeah, just nothing comes out. And you're like stuck in this, yeah, classic writer's block. And that only happens, in my experience, it only happens when you are trying to write it yourself. And that's what I mean with this beautiful soul flow activation method. You will learn how to write it with your creative genius. So it's not you that's writing, it is something that is writing through you. And this is what works for all the blocks and hesitations that are in the writing process. You will work your way through, or even like pass. You can pass it actually when you are writing with the soul flow activation method. And this is a great thing, and I would love for you to experience it, but hold on a little bit longer before you have your first experience with this, because I want to tell you that one of the most common blocks is procrastination. Either procrastination to start, or once you are already writing, then the procrastination kicks in, because yeah, okay, I still have to write chapter 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Oh, and then you won't do it. And what this actually is a lack of clarity and a lack of alignment. And yeah, that's just what it is. If you have clarity on what it is that you are creating, and if you have that alignment with your creative genius, then it is something you look forward to. Like, oh my God, I wrote already chapter 1 and 2. This felt great. I want more. And in that, you are activated. You are actually like looking forward to the moment to sit behind your notebook or your screen to write again and again and again. And why? Because this alignment feeling is actually what makes us like feel alive. This is what is the missing piece in most of the things we do in life. They are not aligned with our true essence. We are not fully in there. We are doing the things because it needs to be done, and then we move on to the next thing. This writing project is going to be different. This writing project that you are starting today is the way to connect to your soul, the way to feel super aligned with the plan of the universe, the way to tap into your creativity and to find joy in everyday life. And once you have this type of alignment, like I said, you just want to go back in. You just want to finish, or you not want to finish actually. The last chapter is the hardest because you're like, oh, but it's almost done. But you won't have that hesitation loop. You won't have the procrastination in the middle of your project, because you know that once you are in this connection, you feel so alive, you feel so motivated, you feel so electric and powerful. You've gathered all of your energy and it's flowing out of your hands, and you're in that state of pure bliss and alignment while you are writing this beautiful project. And yeah, like I said, then there is no procrastination. Or you don't want to feel good, or you don't want you don't want to connect to your soul. But most visionary women that are following me in my work, they want to feel like this, and you want to feel like this. So don't worry. If procrastination has been the biggest block in your process, then today is going to give you an experience on why that won't happen in the rest of the journey. All right. Creative flow is another topic I want to talk about. Because sometimes creative flow could suggest that it needs to be all smooth and easy, and it just flows. And if it doesn't flow, then I need to stop. Creative flow is alignment. It is activation, and it is action. So to get into creative flow, you can do either three of these, like or alignment. So aligning back to your project, aligning back to your creative genius, activating. So activating the creative genius, activating your own creative powers. And the way to do that actually is the third one. Oh, I don't want to do that. The third one, and it is action. So to get into soul flow, you don't wait for it. You just align, you activate the creative genius, and you start taking action. And once you are once you are writing, then you get into that zone of like, oh my God, it's going so nicely. I don't want to stop. Or you stop at the end of a chapter, or you feel after this chapter like, no, the next chapter is already rolling out. The first time I wrote my book, I wasn't even planning to write a book. I want to share this journey a little bit with you because sometimes you have this like, no, 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 it needs to be professional. It needs to be like this. So I want to share this journey with you because then you might notice like, oh my God, I already started. So my first book came about just needing some time to reflect. I had been 3 years already on a spiritual journey, but it had been like so life changing that I wanted to just like write things down. Like, okay, what happened to me these past 3 years? Because it was just too much to for my mind to grasp. It didn't integrate fully. So I felt a little bit at a loss at that time, and I started to just on a beautiful summer day, I went outside and I had some paper, a pen, and I started writing. What I didn't know was that this reflection led me into inspired writing. And I was just writing and writing and writing. And there were like 18 beautiful pages, 18 beautiful pages written in that one afternoon. And I was stirring my soup later. I was stirring a soup and I was thinking like these pages that are laying outside. There's a lot there. And then suddenly it hit me. Like something inside me clicked and said, like, you're writing a book. And this was the first two chapters of my book were already written within one afternoon. And why? Because of soul flow, because of this experience of like, oh, I just want to write. I just start somewhere. And then suddenly I was talking in the pages to someone that would read it. And I didn't know this until I was stirring the soup and somebody like, or my creative genius tapped me on the shoulder and said, like, you're writing it. And I was like, oh my God. So yeah, I want you to know this, that this action led into the activation of soul flow, led into the alignment with my creative genius. So you can switch them around as well. So if you feel out of flow, just create something. Start to write your thank you letter for all the people that are reading it, or start to write your introduction, or just start with a chapter that calls out your name and say like, oh yeah, I want to tell that story right now. And then you start writing, and then from the writing, the flow starts and the activation starts, and then you're in alignment again. And that way you won't be stuck anymore. I know this sounds really, really too good to be true almost, especially if you've been already on the writing journey, then you might have had this experience like, okay, yeah, but it doesn't work like that for me. I'm here to tell you, yeah, yes, it does. And you're going to have this experience. Today, we are going to write your outline. And from this outline, you will feel the pull to start creating. I also have a beautiful project that I am starting with you these coming weeks. And I already wrote the introduction. And with this introduction, I'm also motivating myself. I'm telling myself the mission behind the creation of the book. And the mission is not just for me to integrate all of my knowledge, but it's for those women that are in the same position as I was before in my late 30s, early 40s, and I was trying to get pregnant and I didn't. And it was so disheartening. And I know this process, and especially the ticking time myth that is out there, that I need to tell this story for those women. So, writing the outline is one, but also the introduction of your book, reading that several times during the process is going to help you to say, like, oh, wait, this is not just for me. I'm showing up today in my writing journey for these women. And in your case, maybe it is children or it is men. I don't know. But it is really helpful to really dive into your why, the purpose behind your project, and write that down. Also in inspired writing, of course, because then it has the energy of what the power and the impact of this project is going to have. So, okay, I'm riffing again. I'm going over time. I hope you don't mind. I promise it won't be over an hour because we're gonna do the thing that I promised you we will do. Yeah. So, like I said, with SoulFlow, you are gonna hit your goal. You are gonna finish your project and have it in hands within 6 weeks. When you join the She Creates program, we will do it together. But you will also be handed a tool today to connect to your creative genius. And you might want to go and do this by yourself. All fine with me. Yeah, so the soul flow activation method, why does it work? Soul flow is already something I explained, so this is not something, yeah, that I'm gonna go deeper into. But the clarity part, the clarity, I already did that actually. Like the clarity part is where you know what the purpose behind your project is and also what it's gonna be. So with the outline, you know already that is going to be 9 pages or 9 chapters. It's such a relief because then you know, okay, these other thoughts that come up during the journey, do they go into the book? No, because they're not in the outline. So the outline is already something that is structuring the whole book. I know writers, especially here in Finistera, there are a lot of writers who have their book and they have like 6,000 pages of journals and they want to bundle that into their Camino journey book. Yeah, that's not the way that I work. I work with, of course, I have some ideas of which stories I want to include in the book, but the outline is the structure. So whether there is a new chapter coming and it's not in the structure and it's not fitting within one of the chapters that is already in the outline, then it doesn't go into this book. it's going into the next one or in another project. This way, this soul flow activation is like a container in which your creativity can flow, but it's also structured so that in 6 weeks, or maybe 8 in your case, doesn't matter, 6 to 8 weeks, you will have your finished project. The activation part is also something that I would like to explain a little bit, because sometimes we think we only need accountability, somebody that holds us accountable and that says to us, okay, you have to write on Monday, on Wednesday, and on Friday. You write 2 hours from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m., 7 a.m., and that way you will. Does that feel activating? No, like you are a soul flow being, your soul needs to flow. You don't need pressure from outside. You don't need accountability. What you do need is activation. And like I said, we are, once you have experienced this soul flow method, then you know that you are being like in connection with your soul and you feel so alive and activated. Nobody needs to tell you that you need to write. You will feel the impulse, you will feel the inspiration, you will feel the need inside of yourself to say, you know what, I'm not gonna watch Netflix tonight. I'm gonna write. Or like this week, I had in the morning, the night before, I was trying to write, and my baby girl was waking up every half hour, so I didn't get into the writing. But I noticed that my chapter didn't have a nice ending. So I went to sleep. The next morning, I woke up with the two perfect sentences and I just wrote them down before breakfast. And I was like, okay, so this chapter's done. This feels so good. So, of course, you want to go back into your writing. You are not having this, needing this accountability in the sense of a fixed structure. And that is something I really want to debunk, because creativity needs freedom. It doesn't need a structure. Creativity, sometimes people are afraid to let that creativity run wild. Why? Because they feel like, no, but creativity takes me here and there and there, and then I have too many ideas and I don't do anything. Within the outline, your creativity can free flow. You can go wild within the chapter that you're writing. And that is already so liberating and activating that you don't want to like put that in a box. You don't want to say, I did that in a short period of my life, and also talking to one of my friends who's writing a book, and she's doing it the way that all the people here doing it, like 6,000 pages, and they want to bundle it into a really nice story. And I said to her, just write 500 words before breakfast. Because 500 words, what is it? It is the activation that you might need to just go and have breakfast at 11 a.m. No, this is not like, okay, I have to do this before breakfast, but it was more like, okay, if you want activation, then just tell yourself, okay, before breakfast, I will write 500 words. And that way she got active again. And then now she's writing whenever she feels inspired. But that's how I use structure and sometimes some activation methods, right? Not a box where your creativity is free to flow. What's that? No, this is something that I see a lot, especially in Western society. We want to plan everything. And in that planning, a lot of our potential and our efficiency gets lost. Because the thing, and this is another really, really important one, once you write in soul flow, you more than half cut the time of editing. There was almost no editing in my channel book because I knew that I didn't write it. I knew that it was written through me and it was perfect the way it is. And I wrote it, I I checked it a little bit, and then it was ready. It was ready to go. And in this time, you can even edit your book with artificial intelligence, and they will just get out the errors and the double sentences and stuff. And then you say like, okay, thank you. You don't need half a year to edit your book anymore. And yeah, this might sound, no, I don't know. I don't know how it sounds. But it sounds really good to me because that means after your writing process, you can actually go publish very, very quickly after. And like I said, you can do that within, like if we start today, we can have it ready before Christmas. And that is the best gift that you can give yourself. So another a very important one is that we sometimes try to push the river. You can't push a river. You can just allow it. So that for that you need space in your calendar to just open to flow. If you already know, like, okay, I have now until 4 o'clock. I need to do it now. You know what happens? You are closing the tap to your creative overflow. But if you say like, okay, tonight I can go to bed whenever. I start at 10. Once my baby is asleep, I start at 10, get myself a little tea, and I just start writing without the need to go to bed at a certain hour. Sometimes I go to bed at 1 a.m., but with such joy and fulfillment in my heart because I've written again and because I was in that activation. So it's really beautiful and essential for your creativity to create spaciousness. And like I said, that can be in the morning, can be in the late afternoon, that can be at night. It doesn't matter how long. It just matters that it feels unlimited. If you want to write just on your Saturday and Sunday, be my guest. You know, there is no rule book. There is no rule book like, oh, you should put in this many hours or at this hour of the day. I remember once that's Dr. Wayne Dyer, the writer that I adore, and also listen to audio sometimes because I adore his voice. And I dream of sometimes having a channel book come through me by him. That would be amazing. Um, but he said like that he always woke up at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. to start writing because then his channel was purest. I don't do that because there is no time schedule needed for my genius to show up. There's just me and my dedication to allow the genius to flow. So of course, sometimes some people have a very busy mind and they can't open up during other hours. So then I say like, okay, I just pass on this knowledge of Wayne Dyer and say like, let's try that. But you don't need to. If you are a being that has spaciousness in their essence, and you can just tap into your flow, it can happen anytime. Even now, like I'm in my flow working with you today, while at the other end of the door, my daughter sometimes I think you heard her before saying Zeppelin. But yeah, I'm not distracted because I am in flow right now. And I hope you can feel it, and I hope you feel activated by my energy. So stop overthinking, stop procrastinating, and stop being in your own way. Say yes to your creative genius, and I'm sure that you will experience soul flow like this. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for your experience to write your beautiful book or course outline? And I'm referring to course because some people don't want to write a book, but they want to write a course, and they have the same process. So it doesn't matter if you're here to write a book or a course, you are in the right place, because in the soul flow activation method, everything that you are meant to create will flow through you. It can even be music, it can even be poetry. You can use this method for your divine purpose project. So tell me in the comments or in a special message, what are you here to create? What is that divine project that has been knocking on your door? What is it about? Is it a secret or do you want to tell it? Well, I'd love for you to share it with me before we go into your soul flow experience and write your beautiful outline. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is also like I've written down so many things just before starting this session. Let your soul guide you. So no more mind-made tricks. If you want to skip that, then let your soul guide you and just tune into your heart space. Know that there is a part of you that is still connected to source, and the that part of you also remembers that it is part of creation itself. So whatever flows through your hands is going to be perfect because it comes from this place. Okay. Now get ready. We are diving into a connected writing session. So get your pen and paper, and that can be the notebook that you are going to use for writing your book, or just a blank piece of paper that you can hang next to on the wall next to your computer, whichever ever way works best for you. And then I'm going to do a short recap of the previous session I did, because the story that you are meant to share, we did a beautiful guided meditation in that, where you tapped into the creative genius, and the creative genius was telling you exactly which part of your lifeline you are going to tap into to write your story about. Because sometimes we want to write about our whole book or about the whole journey, and then you lose track, and then the project gets too big. So if you didn't do that session, then I advise you to go to my YouTube channel, and it's available there. It's called Legacy Lines, if you want to search for it, and it's free. You can do a guided session with your creative genius, and it will choose exactly which part of your lifeline is going to be your legacy line, is the legacy story that you are meant to share. And like I said, you're going to do that with your creative genius. So after this session, when you want to connect more, or you feel like, oh, the outline, I wasn't ready for this yet because I don't know exactly what my book is going to be about, then do that session first and then come back to this last part of the journey. Okay, ready? Within the next 10 to 15 minutes, you will have your book outline. How does that sound? Great. Okay, let's begin. I'm gonna put a little music on. And then, yeah. So first we're gonna tap in, and then I will give you 10 minutes of space in which you are going to write your book outline, and maybe even already a title. This can be a working title, something that you had in mind already. It doesn't need to be final yet, because the title is, yes, it's really something special. You can write that at the end even. But the outline, like I said, is going to be the framework in which your creativity will be held. You will feel so inspired that everything that your story should be about will be inside of this beautiful outline. It can be 7 chapters, can be 11, can be 15 or 18. Doesn't matter. Just let your soul guide you. Okay? Rub your hands together. Do it with me. Bring your hands to your heart. And when you're ready, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your heart and out. Take another deep breath in and out. Drop your shoulders, loosen your jaw, and take another deep breath in. Hold it for a few seconds and out. Beautiful. Now I'm going to ask you to put your feet firmly on the ground if you don't have them there already. Feel the connection between your feet and the floor beneath you. Let the energy from Mother Earth support your feet. And let a warm, loving energy swirl up through your feet into your legs. Really feeling that anchored energy, that groundedness. Welcoming you here and now. And making you feel safe. And like I said, anchored. Let the energy, give it a color if you like, or just feel the energy come up through your legs, into your pelvic area, your hips, and activating your tailbone. You might want to create circles a little bit so that you feel that your tailbone is also growing into the ground and receiving that beautiful energy from Mother Earth. And let it come up into your belly, activating your creativity, masculine and feminine in the sacral. And coming up into your solar plexus. Opening you up for your mission with your beautiful project. And coming up through your spine, all the way up to your shoulder blades and your shoulders. And filling up your chest, the beautiful heart of yours. And feel your love in your heart. And feel your love connected to the love of Mother Earth. And let it amplify the energy in your heart. And let it move through your arms, to your hands. And let it flow into your throat. Let it open up your throat chakra. That you are safe to express yourself. Feel the warm, loving energy of Mother Earth flow into your neck, into your jaw, and into your head. Come all the way up, all the way up to your crown, all the way up through your crown, and feel that your crown is opening up like a beautiful lotus flower. And in the middle of that lotus flower, you are connected to the divine above. There's a beautiful beam of light shooting into your head, coming from source directly to your physical body. And a beautiful beam of white golden light is coming into your head, into your physical body, and lighting up the space around you. Filling up your aura with this white golden light of inspiration. Filling up all the cells of your body, reminding you that you are the creator. You are creation itself. And everything that moves through you, that is created through you, is divine. Inviting in the clarity and the trust. And let that move through your body, into your chest. Opening up your heart, into your shoulder blades and your shoulders, into your arms, all the way down your spine to your hips, all the way down into your belly, your pelvic area. And you might feel that tingling feeling of inspiration running through your veins, running through the cells of your body. This is perfect. Beautiful. Now come into your heart and let the tingling feeling in your fingers already move towards your pen. We are going to invite your creative genius, the creative genius that is especially assigned for your creative project. Welcome, creative genius. We are here to create a book, course. You might want to write on the top of your page the name that you have for your project. So either a title or just a working title. I'm going to add in a little phrase that you can repeat after me out loud or in your head. Even if I don't know how to connect to my creative genius, I know that I do it now. I know that I am fully supported and guided in the creation of my book or course. I am creative. I am creation. I am a creator. Now, please, creative genius, bring out the outline for my book in clear phrases, in clear messages, titles, subtitles, whatever is necessary for me to have a clear structure for the writing of my book. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Breathe into your heart. Hold it for a few seconds. And on the exhale, feel your heart expansion. This energy in your heart flow through your hands and onto the page. Open your eyes and start writing. you need more time, then you can pause the video. And if you feel ready, then we are going to continue here. Uh, don't forget to thank your creative genius and invite it for next time that you're going to sit down. You might want to write down a little invocation, a little sign, or a little method in which you can channel your creative genius again. You can call it through your own divine methods. Um, the one that I showed you, of course, you can watch the replay and go back, but also find your own because, like I said, be activated with a snap of a finger. All right, ladies, now that you have this beautiful book outline and maybe even already a working title, or share it with me if you feel called to, um, there is a next step to take, and that is getting into that creative journey with your book, with your creative genius, and with me. I'm here to invite you to come along on a 6-week journey inside of She Creates, a beautiful container where my energy is present, where I see your finished project already in the hands of the people that need it the most, where I will guide you through any obstacles with my beautiful methods, the Soul Shift method and the Ama She Loves Action method. And also, of course, with the full embodiment of the soul flow activation. We are on a mission. We are here on a mission. We are on a mission to bring your beautiful project out into the world, and we are ready. We have our outline. We can now start playing inside of these, inside of this structure that you've created right now. And it is an exciting journey, but it also can be challenging. And that's why I am creating this 6-week mastermind so that you will feel that you are held in the process, that you don't have to go through it alone, that you can share your big wins, that you can share the process with. And it's really helping to be in a group of people that are going through the same creation process, that know what you are going through, that understand fully what it is like to bring that beautiful or maybe even vulnerable story out into the world, what comes up with that. I'm here to hold space. I'm here to activate you like the soul activator that I am. If you've had already a good experience today, just let me know. If you want to have a short call with me or just to have a little bit of an interaction over voice notes, I'm open to that. But what I am most motivated for is for your sacred yes. I want to hear your sacred yes for the She Creates journey. 6-week journey, weekly Zoom calls where we will have deep dive sessions. You will get access to the full, how do you, oh, sorry. You will have access to the full program, which means I will guide you through the soul flow activation method. I will teach you how to get into your zone. And then, I mean, the zone of genius combined with your creative genius and how you can create that sacred space for your divine creation process. Your project's meant for the world to see. You are here to create it because your creative genius has chosen you, and you are now on start. You've already started. You have your outline, and with this outline, you are going to have so much fun in exploring and expanding and expressing yourself out into the world. there's only one person that can make a decision, and that is you. So do come and check out the offer. I will send a link underneath, and it's also going to be in your email. Feel if this is your moment to create. Know that this is the method. This is how we create beautiful projects that are here to serve the world, that come from divine, that are not going to be stopped by procrastination or anything that is holding our little me back, but are really going to change the world because they are created in your essence, in the essence of your soul purpose. And I am so honored if you feel the yes to join us. She Creates starts um, right now. And also, if you feel like, oh, I'm going to start in 6 weeks, then send me a message so that I can put you on a waiting list. There's only 5 spaces for each round. So this means that if you're watching this and you are this close to getting into group, you need to take action while you feel it in your heart. So check in with your creative genius, check in with your soul, and maybe you want to check in with your calendar, but like I said, that doesn't matter. It's really up to you. If you decide to create this project now, it is going to happen because in the Soulflow Activator method, there is no one going to stop you. Thank you for being here. It was an honor to have you, and see you in our next session. She Creates starts right now. So if you are joining us, then send me a message. Yes, I'm in. And if you feel like, I want to start, but I want to do it in 6 weeks, then put yourself on the waiting list for next time. Okay. Love you all, and happy creations.